Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. In today's video I'm going to be playing with Modelones gel polishes and nail sugar goodies. So the first colour that I'm going to be, actually there's only two colours I'm using, and the first one of the two is called 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's this really gorgeous orange from their temperature collection. The next, when I put the lid back in, it nearly all decided to squidge out. I'm not quite sure what happened. The next one is called Lemonade, and it is this gorgeous bright yellow, and this one is from the Smoothie collection. The colours are available to buy separately. You don't have to buy the collections. If you do buy them in a collection, you do save yourself a pretty penny. The glitter I'm using today is Tweety Pie. This one is gorgeous. Obviously the glitters are from Nail Sugar, and this one is Tangerine Dream. And if you do want to place an order with Nail Sugar, if you use code NATMUG10 all in caps, you will save yourself 10% off. This is the Fimo wheel, the Fimo fruit nail art wheel from Nail Sugar also. So the first nail, I'm going to go in with a coat of Lemonade. You can save yourself some money on Model Ones as well by using code, I think it's code Natalie M10, and they're all lowercase. I will leave it down the bottom though. I'll leave it just here so you can see it. That's the discount code for Model Ones. Right, so I've cured 2 layers of Lemonade onto this nail, and I'm using this, it's quite a firm brush, this one, and I'm just using it to sprinkle the glitter over the nail, and I'm using it, I'm like brushing it in, so we're burnishing the glitter into that tacky layer of gel polish. It looks like a lemon, doesn't it? Literally look like lemon skin, almost. I'm going to take the dusty brush just to brush off any excess glitter. Then I've decided I'm going to use the bright orange pieces. There's orangey orange pieces, and there's like yellowy orange pieces. I don't know what you'd call them. Sorry, that funny noise. I'm just going to dig out look, so we've got like 3 different colours. Varying from like yellow to like almost red, I suppose. Right, this is base coat. I've gone over the top of this glitter with some base coat because I've lost the tacky layer. But not only that, I want I'm just bending these Fimo fruits in between my fingers. They don't like to bend very much, so I thought if I do it like this, I've got one of those curve accessory tool things, but it doesn't really work with these. So I find that if I roll it in between my fingers, it's more likely to stay curved when I put it on the nail. So I'm putting these 3 different fruits on. I'm going to curve them all and then pop them on the nail, and I haven't cured the base coat. The base coat is still wet. So this is just gonna, when I come to cure it, the fruits are just gonna fit, just cure nicely into that base coat. So just randomly place them onto the nail. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more glitter as well. Now we've got another tacky layer. I'm just taking that brush and just dabbing the glitter around the fruits. This is gonna look like a lemonade-y, a fizzy drink, a sparkly lemonade-y tropical drink. I don't know, totally tropical. Yeah, like a holiday set. There we go. This is, by the way, I'm using a rubber top coat. This one is from Premier Gel. This is just a bit thicker because I've got the Fimo fruits, and they're a little bit, what's the word? A little bit wider. No, not wider. Oh, what's the word? They're a little bit deeper than glitter. They're going to stick out a little bit more. So if you go over with a rubber top coat, it's just going to look nicer on the nail, I think. So that's what I've done. You could put 2 layers of normal top coat on. That's not a problem. And that's the first nail. Right, the second nail is going to be something very similar, only we're using orange. So I'm going to put 2 coats of this 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I really like this colour. So that's the first coat. The second coat, I cure these for 30 seconds as well. They have got another orange that is very similar to this orange, but I can't think what the name of it is at the moment. But that orange that they've got is more it's slightly more transparent, so that's why I went for this one. So that's the second coat. Look at that, isn't that just, there's something really nice about nice smooth gel polish. So we're going in with Tangerine Dream on this one. So again, I'm going to sprinkle it over with that brush, and then I'm going to just brush it down. So as I'm brushing it down, I'm burnishing that into that tacky layer. And you get this nice orangey sheen. So I'm going to brush off the loose glitter again. There we go. So I did go over this with some base coat, and I cured it by accident. I was watching Black Summer while I was doing this set of nails on Netflix. So I was a little bit distracted. So I've just literally put 2 blobs of base coat on the nail, and I'm going to put the fruits on that like that, and then I'll cure them. So just pretend that I put them on the base coat. It serves me right for getting distracted, doesn't it? Again, I'm just going to go over this one, but this time I'm going over it with the Tweety Pie glitter. And again, I'm going to dust off the excess glitter, and then I will use that rubber top coat again to finish off this nail. I was kind of hoping that with the fruits in there and with the glitter in there, the glitter I was hoping would look like little tiny bubbles. I was going for more of you could do this as a soft drink thing, but we are going to paint a little cocktail onto another nail. So I guess I'm going for more of a cocktaily, alcoholic drink as opposed to like lemonade, you know. So those are those 2 nails done. And this one I'm going to do an ombre. I'm getting brave at these ombres now. So orange is going to go at the top. The lemonade is going to go at the bottom. And I've got my detailer brush, which this is just the first coat. So I'm just going to flick backwards and forwards, blending those colours in. Where have I gone? There I am. And I'm going to do this until this coat doesn't have to be perfect. This blend doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to get it as decent as you can, but don't spend too much time on this one because we're obviously going to go over it again. Yes, we are. Says me faffing around. There we go. So I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. Then on my little mirror palette, I'm taking a blob of 80 degrees Fahrenheit and a blob of lemonade, and I'm going to mix those together. We're going to use this to blend into the middle of the nail where the colours meet. So this is going to help with our fade, our blend. I do go back in a minute and put a little bit more yellow on. The orange can be a little bit, I think the orange is the more dominant colour in this, so I'd like to just put a little bit more yellow in. And then I'm going to use that so I'm going to put the yellow on not yellow, I'm going to put the, what colour is it? Orange. Orange is just going to go on the top. Yellow's going to go on the bottom. There we are. I got there in the end. Then using the detailing brush again, I'm going to use that mixed colour to just go across the centre of the nail. And in a minute, I do add a little bit of top coat to those colours that I mixed together on the mirror palette. Here we go. This is, I'm sure this is top coat. I just put a little blob in and I mixed that orangey yellow mix together, so this now makes it more of a wash. And then I will just continue to blend that until I'm happy. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to go over it a little bit. There we are. So I think that's going to do. I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to take my Nalchemy Artisan Gel Paint in black, and I'm going to draw on a cocktail glass. So this is I'm going to do like more of the martini shaped cocktail glass. Or is that just a cocktail? Do you get different shaped cocktail glasses? Oh, I suppose you get those quite biggish ones, don't you? This is going to be like a James Bond style martini glass, you know? shaken but not stirred. Is that what he says? I can't remember. Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. 007. Yeah, shaken but not stirred. Anyway, shut up. Okay. Do you know what? Talking to James Bond, we were talking about James Bond the other day, and I really, really like the older ones, like with the Roger Moore ones. And then it got to like Timothy Dalton stage, and I kind of went off it a bit. And then Daniel Craig got back into it, didn't he? And I kind of got back into James Bond. But I always used to remember watching the old James Bonds as a kid. And yeah, that was, yeah. Anywho, a bit of pointless information for you there. So for the top, I've shaded in that bottom bit, the standy bit, but this top bit I'm going to keep more open so you can see the colour through it a little bit. So I'm going to do like a little tiny curve, like a sort of like a mouth, only just one single line, so that those two sides of the glass join. And then I will do another bit over the top of that in a minute. So for the actual drink inside the glass, I'm gonna sort of fill it in, but I don't mind if there's gaps in it, if there's gaps in the black. And I'm only going to fill it about halfway. And I'm going to kind of try and make it a little bit, I don't want it to be like a perfect line across. And then I'm going to leave the top of the glass so you can see through it, so you can still see the orangey colour underneath, through it. Yeah, underneath, yeah. I think that's red. There we go, I think. Oh yeah, now I'm going to do the other side of the glass. So it's basically just sort of mimicking that bottom line, only you're going to go over the top. Okay, so I've got a fruit slice. I've put this in the wrong place. I haven't cured the gel yet. I'm going to put a little bit of base coat where I want the fruit slice. I needed to put it so that the edge of the glass met the middle of the fruit, but I put it too far to the left. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I needed to put it further across to the right, but I was worried that it was going to poke up too much. But I'm gonna cure that now. I'm gonna cure that I only cure it for 30 seconds. And then the lip of the glass that's nearest us, we're gonna redo that. Do you see what I mean? Am I making sense? See, now if that fruit had been further to the right, it would have looked like the fruit was sitting perfectly on the side of that glass. But because the fruit's in the wrong place, it looks a bit weird now. And I forgot every cocktail glass needs an umbrella, so I'm just gonna create an umbrella. This is really easy peasy. And I'm just gonna fill that in with like little lines. I think I had a little hair on the brush, I don't know. There we go. So that is the cocktail glass with the, what's it called? With the cocktail. What's that thing called in it? Umbrella. Oh my gosh, my brain's not working today. Right, I've cured that for 60 seconds so that the artisan gel paint cures, because that needs a 60-second cure. And again, I'm going over with the rubber top coat because this is thicker. And I will cure that for 30 seconds. I love this nail. There we go. And I'm gonna, actually I don't think I've cured it yet. I decided that I wanted to put a little bit of Tweety Pie where the liquid is inside the glass. I wanted it to look like maybe it was fizzing a little bit, like these could be the air bubbles. I do get a little bit, I just get a little bit over the drink, but there we go. I probably should have done that when the black was tacky, but never mind. So these two nails, I'm just going to do full colours of those, and this is the finished set. I hope you like them. If you did, please leave me a like. Don't forget, if you do want to purchase some Model Ones, you can use code Natalie M10. I think that's right. I'll put it down the bottom just in case it's wrong. And if you want to make a purchase at Nail Sugar, you can use code NatMug10. And I will see you lovely lot tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.